Good afternoon, guys. I just quickly wanted to show you my baby girl before I move on to what I was going to say, because she looks exceptionally cute. I've been a naughty mummy and put her in an outfit that's for the summer, even though it's cold today, because it's just too cute and I couldn't resist. So she's all snuggled up in a blanket though. She's got her bottle, her dummy, her rattle and her lamb for when she wakes up. So I'm just going to quickly show you without waking her, hopefully, her outfit because it's so cute. She's just got some little white socks on and then her Junior J romper. Kind of, I like dungarees. And then her Peter Pan collar vest. And it's just so sweet. It suits her perfectly. So there she is. The colouring's not very good right now. I mean the lighting. There we go. Anyway, I just wanted to ask you guys sort of how people that you know well, sort of like relatives and family and friends, how they react to your babies. I'm just interested really, because it kind of came to my attention yesterday when I was at home and my cousin came over, and she is about 26 I think, and she came in and Esme was sitting pretty on the sofa because I had brought her downstairs earlier and passed her to my mum, because my mum is absolutely brilliant with her. She loves her to pieces. She always picks her up when she's downstairs and holds her on her knee and treats her like a baby. It's really sweet. So she's got a perfect nanny. But yeah, she was sitting on the sofa and my cousin came and just sat next to her on the sofa. She didn't say anything. And we were talking. And then about half an hour later she picked her up in quite a sort of, I don't know, abrupt manner, sort of, and she was like, "Whose is this baby?" She knew it was mine. I don't really know why she said that, but, and she was like, "She's quite cute actually, isn't she?" And then she just put her down. And then she sat back down again. But Esme was in the corner of the sofa, and she sat basically on her. And then she noticed that she was sitting on something, so she just pulled her by the arm from behind her. Like my heart was nearly in my mouth. And she just picked her up by her arm and plopped her on the floor. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I didn't say anything because I don't know, I'm a person who hates to cause anything or be unpolite or anything like that. So, and she looked, you know, although I didn't want her to be on the floor, she looked in an okay position on the floor, so I didn't say anything. And then my mum came in the room and she sat down on the sofa and she was like, "Why is my baby on the floor?" So she picked her up for me, so that made me feel a bit better. And then later on my brother and his girlfriend came over while my cousin was still there. And Esme was back on the sofa, you know, doing nothing wrong. She doesn't exactly take up much room. And my brother sat down and put his arm over her face, and I was like, "Danny, what are you doing?" And so he picked her up and moved her out of the way, and he was like, "She shouldn't be downstairs anyway." And I was like, and I don't usually argue back, but I was like, hold on, this is my house. I can do what I want with her. And so he went and sat her in the dining room. And then later on, my cousin sat down again and moved her out of the way so she could sit down, but then rested her elbow on her face. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it just really shocked me. Like, I know to them that she's only a doll, but if she was another object, sort of like, I don't know, I don't know, say a phone or something, they wouldn't treat it that way. But it just seemed like it was totally inanimate, and I don't mind that they think that they just look at her as a doll, because they don't follow the hobby, so I understand that. But you'd think that people would just have a little bit more respect, I guess. I don't know. Like, my family are lovely. They're really sweet, and they're sensitive usually, and they think about people. But I don't know. it just shocked me the way they acted. So I was just wondering what your family thought of your babies, and how people react when they see them. Like, my dad doesn't understand, but he picks her up with respect. Later on, he moved her out the way. And I make it sound like she was completely in the way, but she wasn't. She was just sat in the corner. But he picked her up and he held her like a baby and picked her up carefully. And that's all I asked for, really. Just that people respect it. I use the money card more than anything because, so you know, when they were leaning on her and when they were doing things where they're like picking her up by her arm, I was like, that's £200 you're treating like that. But in my head, I'm thinking, that's my baby you're treating like that. So it just shocked me quite a lot, really. So I was just wondering what you guys thought. Esme, this isn't a very photogenic angle, is it? There we go. So yeah, I'm just wondering what your views are and what, you know, how you expect people to react or how they do react. Because that just sparked a little, like, surprise in me, I suppose. So yeah, here's my baby girl, and she's very sweet. She survived the rough encounter yesterday, thank God. Sometimes I wish I was a little bit braver and could say, just stop it, but there you go. I won't be taking her downstairs again when there are people around. She can stay safe up here. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and yeah, I'll appreciate your comments to hear what you think and your experiences and stuff like that. So, I'll speak to you all soon, and Esme will see you very soon. Waves to all of her aunties. Bye, guys.